Hello everyone, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Final Fantasy XIV, and yesterday, or not yesterday, it was for me, last time we completed the Kobold reputation grind, or at least for now. I think there's a rank 5 after you get all the Beast Quest tribes to, like, allied or trusted or whatever, but, yeah. I didn't really want to do a whole lot today. Oh, I'm sorry about that, excuse me, that's actually part of the reason why, is because I gotta get ready to go to urgent care. Not the doctor. No. Because, why? I can't frickin' breathe. That's why. But I did want to make sure I got a video out for you, so let it never be said that I am lazy. I am anything but lazy when it comes to my videos. When it comes to anything else, I'm pretty lazy, but not my videos. But, getting off of my own personal wheezing and just awfulness, the Emulsion. The Emulsion are, I believe... I don't really want to say they're one of the easier things. I've done like the first tier of the quests, and only 3 of them, obviously, because I just unlocked it. But they weren't too bad. They weren't anything like terrible. I have also started the Sylph quests, which I'll get into. I don't know when I'll get into. The Sylph quests are just terrible, though. And not terrible because they're hard to do, it's terrible because of, well, the area you gotta go in is just infested with mobs every 2 square feet. But as far as this goes, I'm not really going to be paying too close attention. I've already watched this. If you want the story, then by all means keep reading while I'm yammering on. Because, really, at this point, all I'm doing is looking at my boots, because I just got those boots to finish up my set. Mostly just because I did want to be as ugly as I was before without the boots. And the funny thing is, my warrior is actually as high a level as my monk is. It's kind of hard to tell which one's my main and which one's my alternate job now. I'd still have to go with monk, personally, just because that's what I like going into dungeons the first time, so that's probably what I'll consider my main for now. But yes, the Emulsion story is actually, obviously, very different than the Kobold story. It is not just you helping out the underdog, it's... Never mind, I think it is still you helping out the underdog, but this underdog is much more bulky, burly, and manly, as you see here, and not afraid to kill somebody. So it's really just you interrupting into a civil war of sorts. Isn't there a saying about mind your business? Yeah, our character does not mind his business, he just inserts himself into everything. He's not as bad as Vaughn, but he's pretty bad, in that sense. Though, to be fair, he actually has quite a bit more relevance to the plot in this case than Vaughn ever did in Final Fantasy XII, because he was a terrible character. I'm sure somebody that liked Vaughn is just now offended, but I just did not care. Like, who the hell's Vaughn? Why was he in that? But getting back on to 14, not 12, because that's what we're actually, watching or, whatever, but... I can't really think of a whole lot more else to say about the Emulsion quests, obviously, than just what you're seeing on screen. Their quests seem to be more combat-oriented. I think every one of them is combat-oriented except the XIV, which is supposedly a crafter. I haven't even started the XIV yet because I don't craft. I just... It's boring to me right now. Well, let's see... Oh yes, the lady who does not trust us. Well... Just think of her as someone who's done the rep grind before. She's just way ahead of you and doesn't trust you. I know a lot of folks don't like rep grinds. Why? Because, well, it's a grind. Not a lot of people like grinds. It's a special kind of person that likes grinding in video games, like me. But it makes sense, lore-wise. Like, people say, it doesn't make any sense. Why do you have to do all these quests just to buy from a vendor? You want to know why? Okay. Say you were the leader of a society like this. I can't read his name right now, nor do I remember it. But say you're a leader of a small community, and some random jerk just walks up, says, hey, I want to help you out. Or, hey, hey, can you sell stuff to me? No. Why? Because you have no idea who they are, you don't know what they're going to use it for, and you don't know if they're going to try and hurt you using what you just gave them. So, in order to prove yourself, you gotta go and actually, do everything they tell you. It's kind of like... I don't want to say being in the military, because it's not, like the basic training, but the principle's kind of the same. You gotta prove yourself before they'll actually put their butts on the line for you. Now that I'm done explaining the basics of a rep grind, which really was unneeded, I realize now. It's just when you're trying to find something to talk about for 9 minutes straight, when you actually have nothing to talk about, it's sort of a challenge to do so while not talking about nothing like that. So that was you basically saying nothing. Yes, and that was a gold seller, or guild seller, I'm sorry. Funny enough, I only got 3 today, and I was only on for about an hour. And that's a good day. That is a good day on Hyperion. I just hate going busy. Going busy is like just the biggest antisocial thing ever. Of course, I guess I'm not exactly the most social person ever, considering every time someone invites me to a free company I decline, but I have a rule about that. And nobody ever wants to do it, so I just never join a free company because no one wants to run anything first, and I'm old school like that. Then again, I don't think I ever had a guild and other things until I was like max level, so this is not out of the norm for me, so I guess I'll just deal with it. It's not like you need a free company as soon as you step into yours. It's nice, I would imagine, considering you'd have people that would actually be willing to talk to you, help you, and the world wouldn't feel quite so quiet. But the thing is, I like quiet. So what about that? I've gotten angry messages from people that's like they were offended that I was not in a free company. Why? I have no freaking idea. Maybe they felt they were entitled to me being in their free company to give them free company points. I don't know. But that was one of the only times I've ever been a troll to somebody, because you send me an angry tell out of nowhere, I'm gonna be as big of a dick as I can. Like if I did something to slight you, that's fine. I'll own up to it, but that's not slighting anybody. Okay, so this particular quest, again, if you are minimum level, this might be a small challenge if you're not really competent. But I mean, you've fought multiple things before, so I'm not really going to get too far into this. But I suppose we should call this the initial loyalty test, if you will. I know I screwed up the rotation terribly, but holy crap, a 1350 Butcher's Block, that's higher than anything I've ever seen on my monk, which is sad. But it is what it is. I know somebody's going to say, just wait till you get Fell Cleave. I am. It's going to be like Mortal Strike back in the day. That thing hit like a truck. I know some people just went, ew, World of Warcraft. I had 2 warriors at max level, and that was back when warriors sucked. I loved the melee playstyle as a warrior, man. And here we are today as a warrior in Final Fantasy XIV. I just like smashing things, really. Or just hitting things really, really fast. I was a Fury Warrior as well, which is similar to a monk. Except, you know, Fury Warriors didn't have any utility. And now we're talking about a completely different game for a majority of the video. I'm sorry about that. I'm just trying to, like I said, come up with things to speak about. It's kind of hard to talk about the woman who just does not like you because you're new. Because that's really all you can say. And that lasted a whole, what, 2 seconds? No, that doesn't work. Hopefully you can't hear that wheeze. Every time I breathe, I'm wheezing, and people are like, dude, just go to the hospital already. Look, I am, okay? I got an appointment. Actually, not an appointment, I'm just going as soon as they open. Because I'm up in 4 AM right now. Normal things like that aren't open right now around here. But yes, don't worry, I'll help you. And that's basically it for the Emulsion opening thing. I'm not going to show all the daily quests, I just want to show if you are new to the game, this is how you get the Emulsion quest. You go to, originally, I believe it's Ulda, the Aetherite, go to the Flames the Flames headquarters, and go talk to the person in the corner. That's going to be it for today, though, and hopefully I shall see you next time. Farewell, everyone, and breathe easy unlike me.